Welcome to another episode of Markets Dawn Europe, an audio podcast on financial markets for European-based professionals. A minimalistic solution to the information overload in mainstream and social media. This is what you need to know today.
Morning. Risk assets sold off sharply on Thursday on both sides of the Atlantic, with leading equity indices dropping the most in 2 months, driven by weak European earnings reports, a higher inflation print, and steep falls for Wall Street's megacaps. The focus was on the rising costs for tech giants in the artificial intelligence race. Microsoft posted its worst day in 2 years, with a 6% drop, following its earnings release late Wednesday, which disappointed on its cloud sales outlook, despite beating revenue and profit estimates. Shares are up by 8% this year. Other tech mega-caps including Nvidia, Meta, Broadcom, and Oracle lost around 4% yesterday, pulling the Nasdaq 100 index lower by 2.5%. Apple reported results last night that beat revenue and net income estimates, but earnings plunged due to a one-time tax charge in Europe. Revenues for iPhones, its biggest selling product, rose by 6% to $46 billion. Shares traded 2% lower in extended hours, driven by the modest growth outlook for iPhone sales. Amazon shares jumped 6% in after-hours trading, after reporting better than expected earnings and revenue on robust growth for cloud computing and its advertising business. Also, Estée Lauder shares plunged 21% to an all-time low after withdrawing its annual forecast and cutting its dividend payout as it continues to face headwinds in China. It is valued at $25 billion. In Europe, brewer AB InBev reported sales and beer volume well below analysts' estimates, but raised its full-year guidance and announced a $2 billion share buyback for the next 12 months. Shares fell 6%, the worst member among the Stoxx 50 index. Thursday's notable mover in fixed income markets was the gilts sell-off, following the autumn budget announcement, the first for a Labour government in 14 years, which includes an additional borrowing of £32 billion. Short-end gilts yields rose by 12 basis points to 4.44%. The yield curve is relatively flat, with 10-year yields at the highest level in 1 year. In Forex, cable fell 0.5%, and the euro appreciated spot 75% against sterling. Asian markets are mixed today, with China and Hong Kong advancing, while Japanese stocks are down sharply following New York's weakness last night. Crude oil is gaining 2% today, on headlines suggesting that Iran could be planning another attack on Israel. Brent is trading at $74.20, and WTI is again above 70 this morning. In economics yesterday, Eurozone headline inflation came in at 2% in October, a touch higher than expected, and above the 1.7% recorded a month earlier, still meeting the ECB's target. The update increased the chances of a 25 basis point rate cut in December. China's NBS manufacturing PMI rose to expansion territory for the first time in 6 months, lifted by the stimulus measures, but Western consumer companies including Estée Lauder, Carlsberg and InBev warned of plunging sales in the country. In deals, Siemens will acquire U.S. industrial software company Altair Engineering for $10 billion, the German conglomerate's second-largest acquisition. In ratings, Fitch upgraded UniCredit by 1 notch to BBB+. Today's data. U.S. employment report for October, with non-farm payrolls expected at plus 113,000, well below the previous month. Also, Swiss inflation and the final factory PMI reading in the US and UK. Earnings announcements: Exxon, Chevron and Enbridge all before the market opens. It's a holiday in Sweden, India, Chile and Peru. That's all for this week. Thanks for your time and enjoy your weekend.
Visit laconicbriefs.com to subscribe to our newsletter, including this audio podcast with an extended script if you prefer to read, plus performance tables and charts, all in one place. Delivered straight to your inbox every morning, Monday to Friday.